God message for you today. Every man got a right to decide his own destiny. There's a great difference between worry and concern. A worried person sees a problem and a concerned person solves a problem. If you are ready to take your game to the next level, you gotta change that mindset. It takes different mindsets to do different things. Character in the long run is the decisive factor in the life of an individual and of nations alike. You can also donate us super thanks to support our channel. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. Whatever we expect with confidence becomes our own self-fulfilling prophecy. Life is a series of experiences, each one of which makes us bigger, even though sometimes it is hard to realize this. For the world was built to develop character, and we must learn that the setbacks and grieves which we endure help us in our marching onward. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Don't think about what if you fall. Think about what if you fly. Press forward. Do not stop. Do not linger in your journey, but strive for the mark set before you. Hard conditions of life are indispensable to bringing out the best in human personality. Every day, stand guard at the door of your mind. A hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. For the sake of peace and justice, let us move toward a world in which all people are at last free to determine their own destiny. It is what a man thinks of himself that really determines his fate. Instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your energy to what you can create. There is no fate that cannot be surmounted by scorn. Normative mind tends to be naive. Perseverance is not a long race. It is many short races, one after the other. Changing your mindset may change the situation. Happiness depends on your mindset and attitude. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. It is easier for one to take risks and to chase his dreams with a mindset that he has nothing to lose. In this lies the immense passion, the great advantage of avoiding a materialistic, pleasure-filled way of life. In our most difficult moments, we are given an opportunity to reset and determine who we are or want to be. You alone shape your life. He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty. You cannot have a positive life and a negative mind. Mindsets are contagious, so choose the people you populate your life with extremely well. There is nothing as sweet as a comeback when you are down and out, about to lose and out of time. If your systems and your processes are not simple, then you have no control, hence you do not take action. Once your mindset changes, everything on the outside will change along with it. I'm always going to try to win with a positive mindset. Courage is fear holding on a minute longer. No fear is a mindset that I stand for. It's the reason why I've got to where I am today. Don't worry about your heart. It will last you as long as you live. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Worry, a god, invisible but omnipotent. It steals the bloom from the cheek and lightness from the pulse. It takes away the appetite and turns the hair gray. That's the secret to life. Replace one worry with another. Just as we develop our physical muscles through overcoming opposition, such as lifting weights, we develop our character muscles by overcoming challenges and adversity. To create something exceptional, your mindset must be relentlessly focused on the smallest detail. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby, you can be the director of the opponent's fate. The most difficult thing is changing people's mindset. A positive mindset is one of the attributes of successful people. To have a comeback, you have to have a setback. Being an entrepreneur is a mindset. You have to see things as opportunities all the time. With confidence, you have won before you have started. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. We need to make sure we're all working together to change mindsets, to change attitudes, and to fight against the bad habits that we have as a society. No matter what comes your way, shake it off and move forward. When you have a positive mindset, you can't be defeated. Work hard now. Don't wait. If you work hard enough, you'll be given what you deserve. I am facing a challenge. I am not facing defeat. Remember this. Dreams don't work unless you do. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. Don't wait for the cold to know that you're the fire. Every person has the power to change their fate if they are brave enough to fight for what they desire more than anything. If ever you think that you're losing control of a situation, just shift your mindset and watch your situation change. If you start with the mindset that you know nothing, you will learn a lot that nobody knew before. No matter what, people grow. If you chose not to grow, you're staying in a small box with a small mindset. People who win go outside of that box. It's very simple when you look at it. Successful people don't have any fewer problems than unsuccessful people. They just have a different mindset in dealing with them. There's nothing as exciting as a comeback. Seeing someone with dreams, watching them fail, and then getting a second chance. It was character that got us out of bed, commitment that moved us into action, and discipline that enabled us to follow through. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. What you feed your mind will lead your life. Know how to change your mindset so that you can steer it towards success. If you live in perception of a perception, you will become anything for everyone. I'm always making a comeback, but nobody ever tells me where I've been. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. I believe everyone should have a broad picture of how the universe operates and our place in it. It is a basic human desire, and it also puts our worries in perspective. Successful people do not have a part-time mindset nor a full-time mindset, but a lifetime mindset. This is no time for ease and comfort. It is time to dare and endure. Do not worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you mine are still greater. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. Success is a mindset and not a point in time, but an inbuilt combination of character, discipline, behaviors, and set of principles that make who the person becomes. One isn't necessarily born with courage, but one is born with potential. Without courage, we cannot practice any other virtue with consistency. We can't be kind, true, merciful, generous, or honest. Making a comeback is one of the most difficult things to do with dignity. We dream to give ourselves hope. To stop dreaming, well, that's like saying you can never change your fate. Changing the game is a mindset. There are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. Both poverty and riches are the offspring of thought. I have learned not to worry about love, but to honor its coming with all my heart. When it comes to life, we spin our own yarn, and where we end up is really, in fact, where we always intended to be. Getting rich begins with the right mindset, the right words, and the right plan. If a problem is fixable, if a situation is such that you can do something about it, then there's no need to worry. If it's not fixable, then there's no help in worrying. There is no benefit in worrying whatsoever. Always stay calm in every situation and see beauty in everything. You'll win. What we believe is what we see. If you saturate your mind with positive thoughts, it will sustain you in any situation. I've never known a person who was successful that didn't at first establish a mindset of success. Control your own destiny or someone else will. Whatever is going to happen will happen, whether we worry or not. If you quit once it becomes a habit, don't quit. Change your ordinary mindset to think extraordinary. Eliminate the mindset of can't, because you can do anything. Your mindset matters. It affects everything, from the business and investment decisions you make, to the way you raise your children, to your stress levels and overall well-being. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. The mind is just like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets and the more it can expand. In the stop, we find the best answers. As the old saying goes, slow down to speed up. Destiny is a worrying concept. I don't want to be fated. I want to choose. We both were traveling for our own self-care and to feed our wandering souls, existing in other places so that we could remember who we were and then come home to ourselves. Be kinder to yourself, and then let your kindness flood the world. The only one you should compare yourself to is you. Your mission is to become better today than you were yesterday. You do that by focusing on what you can do today to improve and grow. The real difficulty is to overcome how you think about yourself. I think everybody's weird. We should all celebrate our individuality and not be embarrassed or ashamed of it. To heal ourselves from stress and emotional burnout, we must give ourselves full permission to slow down and rest. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Caring for your body, mind, and spirit is your greatest and grandest responsibility. It's about listening to the needs of your soul and then honoring them. Accept yourself, love yourself, and keep moving forward. If you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down. One of the greatest regrets in life is being what others would want you to be rather than being yourself. Self-care is non-negotiable. That's the thing that you have to do. And beauty is the thing that can be the benefit of self-care. Beauty is not the point. Beauty is just a cute side effect from self-care. If we truly loved ourselves, we'd never harm another. That is a truly revolutionary, celebratory mode of self-care. When I loved myself enough, I began leaving whatever wasn't healthy. This meant people, jobs, my own beliefs and habits, anything that kept me small. My judgment called it disloyal. Now I see it as self-loving. Take care of your inner spiritual beauty. That will reflect in your face. Respect, love, and value yourself. Always remember to be good to yourself by taking care of yourself. Make yourself a priority and know that it's okay. Don't feel guilty for loving yourself first. You're just as important as anybody else. You are magnificent beyond measure, perfect in your imperfections, and wonderfully made. Your subconscious mind is paying attention to how you treat yourself. The only person that deserves a special place in your life is someone that never made you feel like you were an option in theirs. Just because you take breaks doesn't mean you're broken. Each life is made up of mistakes and learning, waiting and growing, practicing patience and being persistent. Keep taking time for yourself until you're you again. Guard the doors of your temple. Do not let anyone pollute it with their mess. Taking care of yourself isn't about trying to become perfect. It's about realizing and honoring in every moment that you already are. The most important progress and success can't be seen. If you can validate yourself internally, then external validation becomes a byproduct. Love yourself enough to set boundaries. Your time and energy are precious. You get to choose how you use it. You teach people how to treat you by deciding what you will and won't accept. I think it's when you take care of yourself, you love yourself, that you truly bloom and look your most beautiful. The only person you shouldn't be able to live without is you. Every time you make a commitment to your own self-care, self-love, and self-respect, and then follow through, you build trust in yourself. How we care for ourselves gives our brain messages that shape our self-worth. So we must care for ourselves in every way, every day. It takes a rare person to care the same or more about you than themselves. So until you find that person, please look after yourself. Pamper yourself into alignment with who you really are and then face your day. Take the time today to love yourself. You deserve it. The inhale is absolutely essential if you want to continue to exhale. Until you value yourself, you won't value your time. Until you value your time, you will not do anything with it. Truly, sacred rest is soul care. We honor quiet time alone with God. We intentionally step away from the chaos of life. We unplug from noise and distractions. We relish moments of tranquility. When you can't find your purpose in a day, make it to look after yourself. Though we all make mistakes, don't handicap yourself in difficult tasks. Self-sabotage is not a strategy. Sometimes all you need to do is protect yourself from your own self. Anytime we listen to true self and give the care it requires, we do it not only for ourselves, but for the many others whose lives we touch. By taking care of myself, I have so much more to offer the world than I do when I am running on empty. Choose every day to forgive yourself. You are human, flawed, and most of all, worthy of love. An empty lantern provides no light. Self-care is the fuel that allows your light to shine brightly. I feel like knowledge is power. If you know how to take care of yourself, you can be a better version of yourself. The love and attention you always thought you wanted from someone else is the love and attention you first need to give to yourself. You have to create little pockets of joy in your life to take care of yourself. The love and attention you always wanted from someone else is the love and attention you first need to give to yourself. Honestly, self-care is not fluffy. It's something we should take seriously. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. A man cannot be comfortable without his own approval. Self-care sometimes is doing the things that will make your next 2 hours difficult, but your next 10 years easier. Sometimes all we need is a little pampering to help us feel better. Do something every day that is loving toward your body and gives you the opportunity to enjoy the sensations of your body. Allow yourself to enjoy each happy moment in your life. People who love themselves come across as very loving, generous, and kind. They express their self-confidence through humility, forgiveness, and inclusiveness. Take care of your body as if you were going to live forever, and take care of your soul as if you were going to die tomorrow. The care, therefore, of every man's soul belongs unto himself. Take care of all your memories, for you cannot relive them. If you cannot find peace within yourself, you will never find it anywhere else. There is virtue in work and there is virtue in rest. Use both and overlook neither. It is not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it. Within you there is a stillness and a sanctuary to which you can retreat at any time and be yourself. When the well's dry, we know the worth of water. It really is okay for there to be times when you stop putting everyone else first and just do what's best for you. It's not selfish to do what's best for you. To accept ourselves as we are means to value our imperfections as much as our perfections. The thing that is really hard and really amazing is giving up on being perfect and beginning the work of becoming yourself. You, and only you, are ultimately responsible for who you become and how happy you are. Our bodies are our gardens to which our wills are gardeners. Those who think they have not time for bodily exercise will sooner or later have to find time for illness. Honoring your own boundaries is the clearest message to others to honor them too. You owe yourself the love that you so freely give others. Put yourself at the top of your to-do list every single day and the rest will fall into place. Your self-care is your superpower. Cultivate the heck out of it. Love yourself up. Taking care of myself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. Once you embrace your value, talents, and strengths, it neutralizes when others think less of you. The better you feel about yourself, the less you feel the need to show off. Your mind will answer most questions if you learn to relax and wait for the answer. Self-care is a deliberate choice to gift yourself with people, places, things, events, and opportunities that recharge our personal battery and promote whole health, body, mind, and spirit. And scanning my handiwork, I realized that I did not make the garden beautiful. Rather, I just cleared away everything that had kept the beauty from being seen. And I thought, should we not do the same with our souls? Every morning, look in the mirror and affirm positive words into your life. My mother always says people should be able to take care of themselves, even if they're rich and important. Self-care is allowing yourself to appreciate the moment for what it is, instead of wishing it was something else. Good well-being leads to good working performance. Real change will come when you focus on yourself. Self-compassion is simply giving the same kindness to ourselves that we would give to others. Self-care means giving yourself permission to pause. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive. And then go and do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Every small positive change we make in ourselves repays us in confidence in the future. It's okay to do nothing if you can once in a while. It's okay to not be perfect, to not get it all done. Take care of yourself. Do what recharges you. Lessons I'm learning in my old age. Self-care doesn't necessarily mean jogging. Be enough for yourself first. The rest of the world can wait. Women need solitude in order to find again the true essence of themselves. Self-care is giving the world the best of you, instead of what's left of you. To be a good parent, you need to take care of yourself so that you can have the physical and emotional energy to take care of your family. If you want to feel loving, I coached myself. Do something loving. This is basic soul care. Be patient with yourself. Self-growth is tender, it's holy ground, there's no greater investment. Carve out and claim the time to care for yourself and kindle your own fire. I am my own experiment. I am my own work of art. Selfishness at the expense of others is bad. Self-care for the betterment of others is good. Looking after yourself is the greatest act of kindness you can give the world. Loving yourself first is the best way to spread love. When you do something noble and beautiful and nobody noticed, do not be sad. For the sun every morning is a beautiful spectacle, and yet most of the audience still sleeps. Be faithful to that which exists within yourself. Your breathing is your greatest friend. Return to it in all your troubles, and you will find comfort and guidance. Taking care of myself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. Your finest work, your best movements, your joy, peace, and healing come when you love yourself. Talk to yourself like you would to someone you love. The most powerful relationship you will ever have is the relationship with yourself. Self-care has become a new priority, the revelation that it's perfectly permissible to listen to your body and do what it needs. Sometimes the most important thing in a whole day is the rest we take between two deep breaths. Your mind is a powerful thing. When you fill it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change. Guard the doors of your temple. Do not let anyone pollute it with their mess. This year, I will love the work in progress that is me. You find peace not by rearranging the circumstances of your life, but by realizing who you are at the deepest level. Self-care is not a waste of time. Self-care makes your use of time more sustainable. Be who you are and say how you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Doing something nice for myself is not selfish. Talk to yourself as you would to someone you love. For those of you who struggle with guilt regarding self-care, answer this question. What greater gift can you give to those you love than your own wholeness? If you do not respect your own wishes, no one else will. You will simply attract people who disrespect you as much as you do. If you don't love yourself, nobody will. Not only that, you won't be good at loving anyone else. Loving starts with the self. When the body forces you to stop, it's saying, "Hey buddy, you've gone too far." The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. Your brain is like a computer. You have to refresh or it's going to crash. I don't care how great you are, you have to take a second. I believe that self-care is a daily practice that should involve your interests, needs, and preferences, and it should have room to evolve with you over time. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. It's so empowering to say this isn't serving me and walk away in peace. Self-care is never a selfish act. It is simply good stewardship of the only gift I have, the gift I was put on earth to offer to others. Our soul is like a soft and gentle flower. It needs to be nurtured, cared for, tended to, with sufficient sunlight, fresh air, and freedom to bloom into its most precious and beautiful form. This, my friend, is self-love. When you say yes to others, make sure you are not saying no to yourself. Be you, love you, always, always. Nurture your spark, find your uniqueness, know how much you matter. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. You may be the only person left who believes in you, but it's enough. It takes just one star to pierce a universe of darkness. Never give up. No more martyring myself. Don't let hollow heroes distract you from saving yourself. You carry so much love in your heart. Give some to yourself. When you recover or discover something that nourishes your soul and brings joy, care enough about yourself to make room for it in your life. For us to feel good emotionally, we have to look after ourselves. I always give myself Sundays as a spiritual base of renewal, a day when I do absolutely nothing. I sit in my jammies or take a walk, and I allow myself time to be, capital B-E, with myself. Self-care is your fuel. Whatever the road ahead or the path you've taken, self-care is what keeps your motor running and your wheels turning. Respect your efforts, respect yourself. Self-respect leads to self-discipline. When you have both firmly under your belt, that's real power. Breathe. Let go. And remind yourself that this very moment is the only one you know you have for sure. Close your eyes and imagine the best version of you possible. That's who you really are. Let go of any part of you that doesn't believe it. Learning to treat ourselves lovingly may at first feel like a dangerous experiment. Remember always that you not only have the right to be an individual, you have an obligation to be one. Just as my body suddenly yearns for long walks in the warm sunshine, so, too, my soul yearns to be stretched and watered after a somewhat stagnant season of comfortable coziness. You've sacrificed too much for others. Now do the same for yourself. I believe that the greatest gift you can give your family and the world is a healthy you. You have to believe in yourself when no one else does. That makes you a winner right there. If you look into your own heart and you find nothing wrong there, what is there to worry about? What is there to fear? You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Man will never be stronger nor independent if he lives under perpetual motivation of others. In my own deepening understanding of myself, I find my capacity to serve others is deepened as well. The better I am at self-care, the more genuinely nurturing of others I am able to be. Self-care is not self-indulgence, it is self-preservation. Take time for self. It is a source of empowerment. To meditate means to go home to yourself. Then you know how to take care of the things that are happening inside you, and you know how to take care of the things that happen around you. When admiring other people's gardens, don't forget to tend to your own flowers. A flower does not think of competing to the flower next to it, it just blooms. One way to feel good about yourself is to love yourself, to take care of yourself. The value of self-care and self-love is often underestimated. It starts with you. You can't give what you don't have. If you want to help her, you need to help yourself first. No one serves their friends by grinding themselves into dust on the altar of compassion. And now that you don't have to be perfect, you can be good. You can't really be present for the people in your life if you aren't taking care of yourself. Don't sacrifice yourself too much, because if you sacrifice too much, there's nothing else you can give, and nobody will care for you. We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. It's okay to take time for yourself. We give so much of ourselves to others, and we need to be fueled both physically and mentally. If we are in balance, it helps us in all our interactions. Take care of yourself as if you're the most awesome person you've ever met. The universe will never require you to set yourself on fire to provide heat for others. To me, self-care isn't really shallow. Showing up for yourself, putting on a little moisturizer, can inspire so many different parts of your life. If I take care of my character, my reputation will take care of me. You can't fix the problems of the soul with a change in behavior only. Inner peace beings the moment you choose not to allow another person or event to control your emotions. Care for your psyche. Know thyself. For once we know ourselves, we may learn how to care for ourselves. Focus on your opinion of yourself and not the opinion others have of you. Regardless of how anyone else feels about me, I'm going to choose to love myself today. When you take care of yourself, you're a better person for others. When you feel good about yourself, you treat others better. Taking care of yourself is the most powerful way to begin to take care of others. There is enough time for self-care. There is not enough time to make up for the life you'll miss by not filling yourself up. You can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first. Grab a coffee, journal your intentions, get to work, create miracles. Amen. Share this video if you love God. Subscribe this channel.